outside of the Iowa game, this offense clicking week to week to week. There's not a whole lot we can take from the Illinois game, but JT Barrett has a number of records in his back pocket already, and possibly a few more that he can snatch this week in Ann Arbor.
J.K. Dobbins does as well. It's great to see both of these guys so successful on the season, and that's, if you're a Buckeye fan and you're looking for something to kind of hang your hat on, is that as great as this Michigan defense is, the Ohio State running game is clicking right now. Mike Weber at full strength is a thing of beauty. My pal Joe Dexter is going to be so excited about watching that Detroit muscle. That's what his favorite thing to say about Mike Weber is Detroit muscle. And it's true. And no one is taking, we've talked about this before we even knew what J.K. Dobbins was going to be. We were pontificating about his skill level. The combination of these two backs, I think, is just going to allow Ohio State to open up their playbook. And Michigan's defense actually over the last couple games has allowed almost 200 yards per game on the ground, which is not really indicative of this Michigan defense. So it's, again, I think a matter of Ohio State and the tempo and how long they're going to be keeping this Michigan defense on the field. I would not be surprised if we saw Ohio State abandon the tempo a little bit or not push it as much to see if they can kind of get that going.
Yeah, it's something, Claire, that you just alluded to that we talked about early in the season when Mike Weber was on the shelf with the hammy and J.K. Dobbins took over, and everybody gets enamored with the latest. And J.K. Dobbins is the latest, and there's no reason not to be enamored with that kind of skill, talent, and speed. But people kind of forgot about Mike Weber, just thought, well, he's the backup guy. Well, he is technically the backup guy. But we talked early in the season about, wow, it would be great if Weber can get back healthy. And considering J.K. Dobbins is a freshman, and we may not want to give him the same type of load of workload as some other players that have a little bit more weight, a little bit more experience, and so forth in the system, and may not wear down near the end of the season. It would be great not to have J.K. Dobbins. And I forget what game in particular we really hammered home the point, because he had 29 carries early in the season. And that if they could get Weber back healthy and involved, then maybe we're looking at 15 to 20 carries for each of them, sharing the load, providing the defense with something to think about. And then what would happen if we get both of them in the backfield at the same time? Something that we talked about a few weeks ago, and lo and behold, Urban Meyer brought it out that that was something that they were working on like the very next week. So that's been interesting to see, and something that could prove to just take this offense, and I think we've seen glimpses of it, take this offense to another level when you have two backs that need to be accounted for by the defense.
Especially in the run-pass option. I mean, JT Barrett being very mobile, he definitely has a veritable smorgasbord to choose from in that RPO if both of those guys are on the field at the same time. And so I have confidence in JT. However, as fans, we've seen when JT tends to carry the game on his back or have over a certain amount of yards, it's usually not something going well in the offense. It's usually Ohio State having to overcompensate for the offense not clicking. So it would be great to see J.K. Dobbins and Mike Weber have a great day and not have to depend on JT and his ability to be mobile. But we will see some of that as well. We will definitely see all three of those guys, I think, have a decent day.